Hi guys, welcome to Danny Land. I am Danny, obviously here to talk to you about pop culture and etc. etc. So I don't know if you see where I am right now. I'm in my bed. First of many, I assume. First of many podcasts live from my bed, not live, but you know what I mean. And it's because, let me give you my explanation. It's because I cannot emotionally sustain enough energy to clean my desk off, to set anything up when the sun goes down at 5:30 p.m. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I don't even have makeup on. And if you know me, I don't leave the house without makeup on. I don't. I'm trying to get better at that. Like, more accepting of my face. Because it's just a face. Like, I'm sorry, like, beauty fades. Like, I'm gonna get old and wrinkly one day, and I have to accept that, and I have to really bank on my personality at this point. Which, by the way, is controversial, apparently. Apparently, a lot of people have mixed opinions on my personality. I will tell you that. Anyways, let's move on to the pop culture. Oh, and I will say, I did try to record from my phone so that it was higher def for you guys. But it was out of sync completely with the way my mouth was moving. Like, the audio and the video did not sync up. So I could not abide by that. That really was irritating to me. And I just don't see that being better than it being low quality. Because it is an audio format at the end of the day. Like, you don't have to see the video. I also don't look good in this video anyways. So maybe we shouldn't do higher def this video. Maybe next time. Anyways. First on the docket is I almost said I watched Chucky. I keep saying that. I watched Child's Play, which is the movie featuring Chucky, the doll. So my conclusion on the movie is I think we need to start making horror movies that are absolutely bonkers again. Like, what was that? I don't know, but I enjoyed it. I also, I wrote down we need to start making more haunted doll movies again, but I fear there's a lot that I, wasn't thinking of in the moment, like, Annabelle, but I haven't seen that, so, and I need to watch that, and I need to watch Megan, and I do believe Megan is bonkers as well, like Chucky, Child's Play. Anyways, but it was really good. I mean, it was fun. I had a fun time watching it. It was really just weird for no reason. And also, it was kind of sad because everyone in the movie was a good person. I mean, everyone where something bad happened to them, in my opinion, didn't deserve it. The mom was just trying to get her son a good birthday present, and happened to she first of all couldn't afford the doll, so she got it from this homeless man that was selling it in an alleyway for $50 or something, and it's originally $100. I don't remember, but yeah, and he had it because it was from a burned down store, because that guy was trying to rob the store or rob a bank or something. I don't know. Anyways, he was dying and put his soul into the doll because BT Dubs just happened to be really into black magic, as a hobby, which I commend him for having a hobby. We all need a hobby that isn't media consumption. Black magic, not sure about. I don't know. Oh, I'm literally so annoyed because I just looked at the footage done with my phone camera and it looked so much better than this. And so there's nothing I can do about that because it wasn't synced up. So, let me put this app on blast. Epoch Cam Pro, literally die. You are a terrible app and I hate you. And I'm pretty sure I paid for some thing. Like, I'm pretty sure I paid for like a year's worth of using it or something. But yeah. But yeah, everyone in this movie were like something bad happened to them. I swear they were all good people. Like, the mom was just trying to get her son a good present. Her best friend was in it, and like, she was nice. She stuck up for her at like the mall they both worked at, and she took care of the son. Like, she was babysitting him, and that's where evil happened to her. And like, even the witch doctor that taught the guy how to put his soul into a doll, he made a mistake with that one, but he was like generally a good guy. Like, he just happened to be a witch doctor. And like, I feel sad for everyone in that movie. Like, everyone was kind of good. Also, like, Susan Sarandon's husband was in it. And like, I found out that her name is Sarandon through marriage. Like, that's so crazy. And it did flow off the tongue better than her maiden name. And I'm just like, could you imagine? I'm used to my last name, but if I married someone and they had a cooler last name than me, I would definitely take it. Like, I don't know, who has a really cool last name? I can't think of a single celebrity crush I have who has a really cool last name. Like, my biggest celebrity crush is Alex Turner. I mean, I'm so in love with him, I would take his last name if he preferred. But Alex Turner, if you're listening, give me a call. I, at the end of the day, did give that movie, oh my god, my eyes look completely different sizes and shapes right now. I did end up giving Child's Play a 4 out of 5. So if you guys want to check that out. My Letterboxd is at Danny RAYN. If you guys want to follow me. But yeah, on to the next thing in the docket. Another movie I watched was May December. Holy gosh darn. That movie was insane, I would say. Obviously, I need Oscars to be incoming. I need an Oscar in Charles Melton's hands expeditiously. I need that to happen right now, actually. It was great. His physicality as an actor was amazing. And I never watched Riverdale. I just assumed like everyone in Riverdale's a bad actor. And also like everyone in Riverdale like irritates me because I don't like Riverdale at all, which is, I know, bad of me. But also like most of them are cringe, to be honest. Not most of them. Cole Sprouse is cringe. He's the only person I feel okay with saying that about because I know him. I've seen enough of him to suss out he is cringe. Anyways, I also, back to May December, I also really loved the commentary on method actors and how fetishistic nature of it. I don't know. Is that a word? Don't know. But Natalie Portman was off the wall insane in that movie. And it's easy to forget because she's not like the active pedophile in the movie. But she has no qualms with like putting herself in the shoes of a pedophile. And like, I don't know, like she was not okay. There was a screw loose in Natalie Portman's head. The person she's playing, not actual Natalie Portman. So this weird like making a sensation out of female pedophiles at the end of the day. Like Mary Kay Letourneau, which by the way I didn't even explain what this movie is about. May December is basically about, it's loosely based on this case out of Florida where this teacher ended up having sexual relations with her student who was like, I think 12 at the time that they met and then like 14 at the time that they were caught together. And it's loosely based on that. Her name's Mary Kay Letourneau, if you ever want to look her up. She is a sicko and she's dead. God bless. But it's loosely based on that. And so Julianne Moore is Mary Kay Letourneau. Charles Melton is the child she had the affair with. Affair, R-worded. And Natalie Portman is playing a actress that's there researching a role because she's gonna play the teacher lady in a movie, which, by the way, I don't think she was his teacher in the movie, but it's like movie within a movie vibes, which is cool. And it like adds this whole layer of like making this out to be something that's like a sensation or like a phenomenon when it's just a woman being a pedophile. And they act like it's this kind of glamorous thing. Like, she was on magazine covers. Like, it was this whole thing where she was like made out to be this phenomenon. Like, it was so weird. And there's this interview that they basically pull word for word and put in May December where she's like getting interviewed with him, and she was like, who was the boss back then? I mean, I was older in age, but who was the boss? Asking him, her victim / husband. And they had like 3 kids together. They had 3 daughters. And obviously, like, at a point he relents and is like, I was the one pursuing you. And it's like, he was 12. What the hell? A 12-year-old should have no power in that situation. And they actually don't have any power in the situation because they're 12. And any power is false and given to them by an adult that wants to prey upon them. Anyways, but yeah, it was a really good movie, and it was also like kind of funny, weirdly. Like, I think it was like supposed to be funny in like the way that it's completely ridiculous. Like, she's completely ridiculous, and like the whole situation is, I don't know. It's crazy. And the way the community was like supporting her too. Oh, she also had an entire other family before this happened, obviously. And she had a son who was played by Corey Michael Smith, by the way, of Gotham fame. If you don't know this already, I loved Gotham. Wrote fan fiction. Not about him, but just know that's how high it was in my roster. I did write Gotham fan fiction. I love Batman. Anyways. But yeah, he was great as well. Small role, but he was great in it. Honestly, everyone was great. I don't remember anyone being like, me watching them and being like, It was a good movie. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Follow me on Letterboxd. Anyways, next topic is I finished The Last House on Needless Street. Absolutely insane. Really all I can say about that. Any moment that I was like, okay, I think I know what's happening. I think I get it. It's about to come to a head. Guess what? I didn't. I had no idea what was going on. Any moment I thought I knew what was going on, a farce, a facade. Me trying to make something out of nothing, because I'm sure like some people will read it and be like, bitch, I know exactly what's happening. I, to be honest, do not go into mystery / horror books or like books with a mystery in general thinking about the ending. I'm just not a predictor. I think it's because I like to be surprised. Even with movies, I'm just not a big predictor. I don't like spoilers. And that feels like a spoiler, even though it's a theory. Unless it's like, I'm okay with like theories about something that's like episodic and like coming out gradually. That's fun. But I'm just like not a theory maker. Like, maybe I'm stupid. I don't know. Also, the writing style was really strange. I don't know how to explain it, but it was like really odd and off-putting, but it still like flowed really well and like had me hooked. But it was like really weird the whole time. Like, I just felt like weird. I don't know. Anyways, also started reading A Certain Hunger, which is a big book on like TikTok. Didn't expect it to be as raunchy as it is. It's crazy. And it's like, okay, it's one thing if like I'm reading like a smut book or whatever, like a romance book, and there's like sex scenes, but it'll be like she's just telling a story and be like, and then his mouth on my bleep, 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 and this is how it felt to bleep him, you know? Like, it's just like kind of random. And she also talks about food a lot, like kind of in the same way. Like, she's a food critic, and it's like she talks about food in like a really salacious, like, I don't know, really sexual way almost, like indulgent. And it is in fact making me very hungry every time I read it. A Certain Hunger is in fact making me hungry. So just something for you guys to know. If you pick up the book, it will make you hungry and also horny, or like the opposite of horny. Because sometimes when I see sexual stuff and I'm like not in that mood, I'm like, I don't want to be thinking about this right now. I don't know. It's like it's either one way or the other. But it's good so far. I have not had a lot of time to read because I've been mulling in my self-pity and my self-hatred, but not the point. The point is I was supposed to read 50 books this year, and what am I on? 35. And it's December 8th, so I don't see it happening for me. But I would love for it to. Also, I am trying to read Heaven and Earth Grocery Store on audio. It's not going well for me, if I'm going to be completely honest. It's a little bit Oring Bay. But I'm usually someone that loves... what is it? I'm usually someone who loves literary fiction. Like, I like literary fiction. I am a 40-year-old woman. So I like stuff like that. I like character-driven stuff. I like really human stuff. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it would have been something I would get into, but it's just not doing it for me right now. So hopefully that gets better. Now I'm going to get into music. So first of all, Lana Del Rey is feeding me, and only me. Not only me, but the things she's doing recently feel specifically for me. And first of all, she looked beautiful at Graceland, sang beautifully. She was great. But more importantly, Take Me Home, Country Roads. You're lying. You're lying. She did not cover Take Me Home, Country Roads. Yes, she did. And it was specifically for me because I love that song so much. I love John Denver. I used to have glasses that looked just like his, and I would call them my John Denver glasses. And it's so serious to me. Like, he's so serious to me. Like, I love him so much. And I feel like you guys just aren't going to get this because, like, this generation... this generation just does not care about John Denver the way I do. And... Take Me Home, Country Roads, underrated. It's also the theme song to Whisper of the Heart, which is one of my favorite movies ever. And it's a Studio Ghibli movie that I think is very underrated. And yeah, Lana Del Rey fed me. I'm eating from the palm of her hand like a horse. So yeah. Also, I bought the Harper's Bazaar magazine, and I, by the way, guys, am a magazine person. I love them. I love collecting them. I love looking at them. And I feel like if they weren't so expensive, I'd buy more of them. But I love them. Anyways. But yeah. She has been doing so much for me. Like, she's been doing so many interviews right now. I really hope she wins a Grammy. If she doesn't win a Grammy, I'm going to have to storm the Grammys like it's the Capitol. Because what the hell? Like, she deserves one. I'm sorry. Lana Del Rey deserves one Grammy. One. At least, guys, at least. Please, Grammys, if you're listening right now, she needs a Grammy. also, speaking of music, I realized recently I do not listen to full albums anymore. Like, what the hell? Like, okay, so I was doing this Instagram question thing, like it was a trend. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. It was a question thing, and it was like top 6 albums. And I was like, I can't remember the last time I listened to a full album that wasn't by someone that's like really important to me. Like, obviously, Lana, I listen to her full albums. I listen to like No, I didn't even listen to Mitski's full album. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? I just don't listen. I've been really into Peso Pluma lately, so I listened to his full album, like Genesis. And I liked that album. I put it in the top 6 because I was like, that's like the most recent album I've listened to in full that wasn't like by Lana Del Rey. And I'm like, who am I? Because I love music. And I'm like, why am I not listening to full albums? Like, there's so many artists that I love. And I love so many songs by them. But I haven't listened to one of their full albums. And that's like, Spotify's rotted my brain and I need to fix that. Like, what? Like, when I was like in middle school, I had like 5 big artists. And I knew their discography, like inside and out. And it was like Nirvana, Slipknot, Korn, Avenged Sevenfold, Stone Sour. I think those were like my top 5. Please don't say anything about that. I was 12. And I still like all those artists, but like I feel like that's kind of an odd spread. Or not odd, it's like not diverse. But I knew their entire discographies. Like I listened to their full albums. And now it's like I have so many artists I love. But rarely do I ever listen to a full album by them. Like, I like Ethel Cain's album, Preacher's Daughter. I think I listened to that full one. And like, I don't know, but I need to start, and I do it sometimes with like new albums that come out, but I need to start listening to albums as like an art piece. Like, I need to stop just listening to singles and being like, or listening to random ones that like sound interesting to me. I need to just sit down and listen to the full album because that's what the artist wants. And I fear, like, I don't know, I just feel like it's respectful to listen to a full album. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah. And let me see which ones I picked. Okay, so the ones I picked were Taylor Swift Speak Now. That was one of my first Taylor Swift albums that I listened to like front to back. When it came out, I had it on CD and I listened to it in my computer and I would play this fish game. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like an aquarium game that I was obsessed with. And I would listen to Taylor Swift Speak Now. And I was obsessed with it. Nirvana In Utero. That's my favorite Nirvana album. I just like it. I love Nirvana. Arctic Monkeys, Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino. It was really hard for me to pick a Arctic Monkeys album, but I really like Tranquility Base. I feel like it's really underrated as an album in general. And then Slipknot, Iowa. I had a hard time picking between Iowa and Self-Titled, but I think Iowa has like the most songs that I really like off of it. And then I was like split in between Unholy Hour by Chloe and Halle and Preacher's Daughter. I think I ended up picking Unholy Hour because I've listened to it more. But this is again an album randomly that I listened to the whole thing of. So I was like, yes, I like this album. But like, I like Chloe and Halle. I don't know if they're one of my favorite artists because they don't have that much music. I honestly, okay, controversial opinion, feel like they split up too soon. Like, I feel like they were just getting the flow And then they split up to do their own things, which, like, I love them both separately as well. But, like, I really feel like they could have done more together. Hopefully they do something in the future. Also, the Lana album I picked was Honeymoon. I'm pretty sure Honeymoon is my favorite album. I don't know. AKA was my favorite album for a long time just because I love her unreleased stuff. But if I'm being completely honest, I love every album in different ways. Like, I would almost put Blue Banisters because I love Blue Banisters, even though, like, that's a lot of people's least favorite. I love it. I'm sorry to say, it has some songs on it that I would not trade for the world. And then I put Genesis by Peso Pluma because I'm just really into him lately, and I feel like it's getting more and more embarrassing how into him I am. I'm starting to stand in the love I have for him because it's, like, funny. It's like, I'm a very, like, pretentious person. I don't know. I don't think I'm that pretentious, but, like, you know, I listen to Lana Del Rey, I listen to Mitski, I stare at the wall, I read Kafka, you know what I'm saying? Not really, but, I mean, I've read some, but, and I also love Peso Pluma, like, I'm sorry, I can't help it. I love him so much. I like pop music, like, like, I listen to Megan Thee Stallion, like, she's rap, but you know what I'm saying, like, I like popular culture. I have a pop culture podcast, like, this is my outlet to talk about these things, and, like, I can't be embarrassed about the person that was on my top 5 Spotify listening of the year, like, in my top 5 artists. I can't be embarrassed of him, like, it's not my fault he has a bowl cut / mullet combo. Obviously, he's a very popular artist. He also has the most beautiful girlfriend I've ever seen in my life. So, like, I'm not the only one that feels this way. Anyways. Oh, also, I did see it. I saw this TikTok of this girl that had, like, a little... It was like a Hello Kitty photo card holder. But instead of, like, a K-pop boy as the photo card, it was Peso Pluma. Trust... If you see me with one of those in the near future, I need you guys to just, like, mind your business. Like, I'm open and honest about my feelings about him now. Like, God forbid I like someone that isn't, like, God forbid I like someone that isn't, making depression music. You know what I mean? Like, I sometimes want to listen to fun Mexican, Spanish music. You know, like, sometimes I just want to have fun and I want to hear some trumpets. I want to see I want to hear a horn section sometimes. I don't know. He actually, like, is one of my one of my biggest hyperfixations of the year. That man. I'm sorry, I love him. Like, I love his nasally ass voice. His nasally and scratchy voice at the same time. And I love his bowl cut / mullet combo. I like the slits in his eyebrows. And you know what? I don't know what to tell you. Like, his voice scratches something in my brain that cannot be explained. And also, I'm in love with him. I have accepted that he's with Nicki Nicole. Trust. I respect her. She's beautiful. She's actually one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. And it hurts, but it's okay. Anyways, moving on. Okay, I'm about to say something kind of controversial. Do I think Taylor Swift should have been Person of the Year? No. I do think, listen, Taylor Swift, I'm a big Taylor Swift fan. We know this. I talked about Speak Now earlier. I love her so much. That being said, probably shouldn't have been Person of the Year. Could have been any of the journalists from Gaza. in my opinion, like when you look at the Time magazine cover of the person of the year during Russia invading Ukraine, it was very different. It was treated very differently than it's being treated now. It was treated as an invasion for Ukraine, but it's not being treated the same way for Gaza and Palestine in general, even though that's been happening for years and years and years. Actually, it has been with Russia too. I don't know what I'm saying. But it's not being treated in the same way at all. It's being treated as like a war instead of a genocide, which it is. And I feel like they just had her set up to be Time Person of the Year. Like, I feel like months ago this decision was being made, and I feel like it should have been changed. Like, I know it's last minute, guys, but I feel like it should have been changed. Journalists are some of the most important people, especially during a time like this when so much misinformation is being flooded and pushed by a government that is being funded by the US. I don't know. I just feel like I love Taylor Swift, but I don't know if she's Person of the Year in like a political sense. Like I understand she would be like Person of the Year if US was the only thing that got considered, and like most of the time that is the only place that gets considered, because it's like, yes, I do understand like why they would pick her like pre-October. I understand why they would pick her because of how much she was affecting the economy and like the places she toured, and like how crazy her tour was, how crazy the movie was, how crazy like her whole relationship with Travis Kelce was. Like, they literally lit up the Empire State Building colors of her sauces on her plate when she was with Travis Kelce. And I'm like, yeah, that's insane. Like, pre-October, like, yes, she should have been Person of the Year. But post-October, in my opinion, it's kind of a slap in the face to all of the journalists that are risking their lives not of their own choice and showing the world exactly what is happening, cutting through all of the propaganda and doing it because what other choice do they have? Like, I feel like everyone thinks they would be on the right side of history. Like, if something like the Holocaust happened again, everyone thinks they would be against that. But so many people fall for this propaganda, and it's like, no, you wouldn't be. You wouldn't be on the right side of history. Like, you wouldn't be. Anyways, I'm gonna move on tentatively, but I will post links in the description if it allows me to do that, to contact your representatives about what's going on in Gaza. On another note related to Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift also proves my point that trying to avoid cringe is a fruitless endeavor, and really, she really makes it clear, like, guess what? Being cringe isn't the thing stopping you, because Miss Taylor Swift, at the top of the world right now, cringe as hell sometimes. Sometimes she says things and I'm like, you're collecting Horcruxes? Question mark. And I'm like, I really need to be open with my cringe, because that's the only way to truly be a creative person. Like, at the end of the day, she is a good writer. She's a really good writer. Everyone that tries to say she's mediocre, I just don't agree with that at all. Like, I think you just don't like her, which is fine. There's a lot of celebrities I just don't like, but she's a good writer, in my opinion. I'm sorry. Like, Evermore, bye. Sit down and listen to Evermore. And if you still don't like her, I'm sorry, there's personal biases going on. Also, I think people, like, underestimate how hard it is to write a pop song that, like, flows and sounds good and stays on the radio. Like, Speak Now, she wrote that when she was like, what, 19, 20? And like 21 maybe. And the songs on Speak Now genuinely like hit so hard. And I feel like people underestimate them because they're like love songs. And people think it's like, I swear to God, people think that like anyone could just write a pop hit and end up on the radio for 10 weeks. Like, I'm kind of losing my mind talking to people about music. I'm like, no, not anyone can just do that. And even with like earworms, like there's definitely earworms that are not good songs. They accomplish something, but also like the lyrics are just like, you're not gonna tell me A B C D F U is a good lyric. I'm sorry, but that's not the point. But my point is that I really have to go into life with this, like, I'm just gonna be myself. Like, that's the thing about, like, certain artists, like, they're just themselves, and they don't care if they're cringe, and that's good, in my opinion. Like, who cares if Taylor Swift said that cringy, like, ass, like, Harry Potter Gandalf thing? Like, she's still selling out stadiums. I can't fault her. I'm not selling out stadiums. And, like, I know I can't not be cringe because that's, like, all I am. Like, all I care about is being funny. And, like, me embarrassing myself is less important in my mind than me being funny. So I'll always take that L to be funny. So I know that about myself, and, like, I'm fine with it, and like, I can only be myself. I've tried so hard to be other people, and I've tried so hard to be like mysterious or whatever, but I can't do that. I can't not make a joke about something. I can't like keep my mouth shut. And I've accepted that about myself now, and it's like, okay, well, if you don't like me, you don't like me. And it's like the same thing with like makeup and stuff, and I'm like, I want to be pretty and I want to feel pretty, but it's like, if you don't like the way I look without makeup on, you don't like me. Like, I'm going on a tangent now, guys, but also, like, I have keratosis pilaris on my arms. This is kind of like a random thing to bring up, but like, I have that on my arms, and for the longest time I was like, I have to wear long sleeves and I have to cover up and I have to like make sure no one sees my arms or like my body hair or whatever. But if it's like, if you think that's gross, you think I'm gross, because I'm never gonna not have that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm never gonna not be that person. Because I've tried so many lotions, guys. Like, trust me, I'm never gonna not have it. So it's like, why do I care so much about covering up when, like, at some point, someone's gonna see my arms? Like, I care about covering up for, like, or like if a guy I think is cute, like I like don't want him to see my arms. I'm like, well, the intention of someone, like of thinking someone is cute, is them seeing you naked at some point. So it's like, yeah, they're gonna see my arms. Do you know what I mean? It's like, if they think that's gross, they think I'm gross, and that's just the end of it. So like, who cares? Who cares? And if they think my jokes are cringe, they think I'm cringe. You know what I mean? It's like if I do something cringe and they don't like that, they don't like me, which is fine. Not everyone's gonna like you. So I need to shut up. I'm like saying the same thing over and over again. Also, something else I wanted to say is the Fallout trailer came out for the Fallout show, and I'm really scared to watch it because I love Fallout so much. Also have written Fallout fan fiction. I deleted it though. And I'm so scared because I love Fallout. It's probably my favorite game series of all time. I love Fallout New Vegas so much. That's definitely my favorite game of all time. And I don't want to watch it. I already saw a picture of the ghoul, and I'm like, why do you... No offense, but your skin looks too smooth. Like, if you don't know anything about Fallout, like, ghouls in the game they basically look like zombies. Like, their skin is, like, melted off from radiation, and they call, like, normal people like you and I, they call us smooth skins. Tell me why I saw a picture of the ghoul from Fallout, the show. His skin looks smooth as hell. Like, he just looked like a pink human with no nose. Like, stop trying to make it all nice looking. It's the nuclear apocalypse. Like, it's one thing, I do think Fallout games should add a little bit more foliage to the games. Like, the way nuclear test sites, like, the foliage, like, in the trees and nature is kind of taken over the cities again, in, like, Hiroshima and Chernobyl, things like that. I always thought, like, Fallout should have more foliage. Not the point. The point is, like, that would be one thing. But it's like, why does everything look new and pretty? Like, the screenshots I'm seeing are not boding well for me. And I'm like, I can't do this. I love Fallout so much, and I, like, just... I went into a full depression when I heard that, like, the Fallout show had been casted, because I was like, that was supposed to be me. I was supposed to be in the Fallout show. Obviously, I've kind of given up on acting now, but, like, I was like, that was supposed to be me. I was supposed to be the main character. It's not happening, but, like, trust me, like, this was so important to me. And I still haven't watched the trailer because I'm like, I already saw the ghoul and his skin is too smooth, and I'm, like, upset about it. Like, you guys don't understand. And, like, every Fallout game since the first one has gotten more and more sanitized. It's like they're so afraid of characters being ugly and, like, not fun to look at. And it's like, that's the whole point. They are in the apocalypse. Like, why does the ghoul, whose skin is supposed to be melting off from radiation damage, why does he just look pink? He just looks like a pink human. He just looks like a pink human with no nose. Anyways, it's just upsetting to me. And I had a lot of problems with Fallout 4, like, story-wise. Story-wise, dialogue-wise, I had a lot of problems with Fallout 4. It was, in my opinion, a decrease in quality from Fallout New Vegas. I love Fallout New Vegas. Obviously, it's one of the best games of all time. Anyways, I'm so sorry to everyone listening who does not care about this, but it is something I'm very passionate about. So, yeah. If you are... I also am trying to play Fallout 1, but it's really hard to play because it's turn-based. And also, I keep forgetting what I'm doing, and then I won't play it for, like, 5 months because that's how I play video games. And then I come back and I'm like, what the fuck? What was I doing? Also, obsessed right now with this game I literally bought it on eBay, and I've been playing it on my 3DS. I had it on my DS Lite, and like, all of those games got, like, water damage, and so I don't have them anymore, but I bought it again for my 3DS. There it is. It's called Style Savvy, and you make little outfits, and it's really fun, and I was trying to get, there's a new version of it out, and apparently it sucks. I was, like, trying to buy it. I was looking at the reviews, and this person was like, any fans of the old Style Savvy, this isn't for you. Like, it's terrible. And I'm like, what if I myself? But yeah, I think that's all I have for this week. Pretty short one this week. Sorry, guys. I've been, like, not depressed, so I've been just kind of rotting and not really consuming that much media. I still really want to watch Saltburn, but I was supposed to watch it with my coworker, and, like, we haven't really set a time or date for that, so hopefully that still happens. Yeah, I haven't been, like, watching a lot of movies or reading a lot of books or, like, consuming a lot of media besides, like, just random edits on TikTok. I've just been kind of rotting and watching TikToks and working, and that's it. And podcasting, like I'm doing right now. So yeah, at some point I will watch the trailer for Fallout and I will come back with full thoughts next week. Yeah. I hope all of you enjoyed this. It's gonna be like maybe 40 minutes edited together. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm sorry it wasn't that long this week. Yeah. I'm gonna try to link stuff in the description. Sorry if you heard Buffy. She's just like snorting. I'm gonna try to link stuff in the description for Gaza if I can. It wasn't letting me do links last time, so that's great. Also, my throat's all scratchy now, and I don't know why. I was singing a lot yesterday, and I think I'm just like draining my voice. Like, I think I don't talk correctly. Like, I think, because like now I have a bunch of vocal fry, and I'm like, I think maybe my voice is supposed to be higher pitched or like more in the front of my face. And I speak from like the back of my throat. And I think that's not good. Like, I think that's causing strain on my voice. So if anyone has tips and tricks to help that, I would appreciate that. Thank you. Have a good night. Have a good night in Dannyland. Bye.